Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this fabulous Monday. It is Monday morning. I'm going to go live on TikTok. Here we go. It is Monday morning here in Sydney, Australia. Beautiful, beautiful day. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. Hello to the chat down here on TikTok as well. Hope you guys had a fabulous weekend. I had a weekend spent just chilling out and relaxing after what has been, and I keep on saying this, what has been a crazy couple of weeks. Crazy couple of weeks. So I did have a week just kind of chilling out and spending time at home and not doing too much, which is kind of good. We all need to have those moments, don't we? We all need those moments, and I definitely felt like in our house we need those moments. So it is good to be back. It is good to be back in my office and having a bit of time, spending a bit of time with you guys, having a bit of a chat about things that have been going on. And we've got a really cool thing to talk about today. So what I want to chat with you guys about today is what is the best probiotic that you can take and why. So we are talking a little bit of nutritional science and nutritional health today. I think it's going to be a really, really fun topic for us to do. So that is what we're doing today. And at the same time, having a bit of a catch up. So please, if you're joining me live, let me know where you are coming from today. Where are you coming from? What part of the world are you in? I can see this beautiful lady's joining us live. And she's got a very lovely comment regarding our Boost Camp Academy, which we launched exactly a week ago today. So it's quite a fabulous little bonus that we're doing for our Boost Campers. And what is Boost Camp? If you're wondering, Boost Camp is, of course, our 28-day gut reset anti-inflammatory program that we have been running for about nearly close to 4 years now. And we have helped thousands of people all over the world get healthy, lose weight, and stay healthy for life. It's a very interesting and very fun platform. Hi to the chat too on TikTok. Good to have you guys joining me. And also, of course, hello to the chat up here in Facebook and YouTube as well. So good morning to Martina. Good morning to Holly. Good morning to Francesca, joining us from Perth. Thank you, Francesca, for letting us know where you're coming from. Where are you based? It's always fun to know where we all are, right? Where we're all coming from. Like I said, I'm based in Sydney, Australia. So this is my office that you guys can see behind me. This is my office. Some of my treasures from my travels are behind me. But I'm originally from Auckland, New Zealand. Well, I was brought up in Auckland, but I'm from the very top of the North Island, in the Bay of Islands, the beautiful far north of New Zealand. That's where I'm from. So good morning to Ben, joining us from Melbourne as well. I can see Marie joining us from the Gold Coast. I was just in your part of the world last week. Marie, very nice couple of days there. Francesca's also saying she's loving Boost Camp Academy, which is our all-in-one place, our one-stop shop for our Boost Campers now. Everything is hosted online, all the videos, all the content, all my daily musings. It's all housed online now. So it's just making that Boost Camp journey that much better, right? That much better. So yes, good morning to Tracy and good morning to Lynette. I can see Monica, Christina joining us from the beautiful Brisbane. Didn't quite make it up to Brisbane this trip to the Gold Coast, but we did have people come down from Brisbane to see us, which was very exciting. So that is to Christina as well. And I can also see, Stephanie's saying she's joining us from Kiwiland. So very nice to have so many of you joining us live today. We are talking, of course, probiotics. Probiotics. So firstly, what is a probiotic? What is it? And why do we need it? So inside of your gut, and when it comes to Boost Camp and the type of nutrition that I like to do as a qualified nutritionist, and someone who's been delivering these amazing programs for a couple of years now, these amazing Boost Camp programs, is I like to get involved in your gut. I like to get down deep inside your gut so that not only you know what's going on inside of there, but you know how to manipulate what's happening inside of there, because a healthy gut equals a healthy life. That is something that we can all be absolutely assured of, because our gut health is almost like the seat of our wellness. So it determines whether we're at the right weight for us. It determines whether we're at the right, carrying enough fluid or not, whether we're holding on to inflammation or not. And having a healthy gut will also determine, what sort of digestion is happening, whether you're able to fully absorb all the nutrients from the food that you're eating. So it's a really important part of our overall health. And what lives inside of your gut are these types of strains of bacteria known as your probiotics. And it's a really important word that we can kind of drill down into it just a little bit. When it comes to your probiotics, they're there to give you good health. So they're pro you. They are pro health. They're pro wellness. They're pro you being, and having all those amazing markers to tell you that you're doing a really good job when it comes to your health, whether you get illnesses or not, whether you're on medication or you're not, whether you're at the right weight or you're not. So your probiotics are there to give you good health. So that's what a probiotic is. And at any time, these particular probiotics, these bacterial strains that live inside of your digestive system in your gut, you can have anywhere from 40 trillion of them that live inside of you. There's so many probiotics inside of you, and remember, they're all microscopic as well, so they're really, really tiny. You can't see them with the human eye. You can only see them under a microscope. But if you were to take all of the probiotics or all of the bacteria that live inside of you, outside of you, like to remove it from your digestive system, from your gut, they could weigh anything from 1.5 to 2.5 kilos. That's a lot of bacteria. That is a lot. But one of the things that can really determine our health and our wellness moving forward is the quality of the bacteria that live inside of you. So if you've got bacteria that live inside of you that are maybe not there to give you the best health, they're there to create a bit of chaos, to cause a little bit of upheaval, they're there to basically look after themselves, and they really don't care too much about your overall health and wellness. So those are like your bad strains of bacteria or your negative strains of bacteria. And depending on what sort of lifestyle you lead, depending on the types of foods that you regularly consume, the types of beverages that you regularly drink, will determine what sort of balance of bacteria you have living inside of you, good guys or bad guys. But we can actually manipulate what happens in there. We can ensure that we're getting better bacteria in there, that we're really focusing on the bacteria in there being pro-life, pro-you, not pro-chaos. I just saw a comment on TikTok that said, no matter what, every food I eat, I spray lemon pepper. Okay. The best medicine and laughter, lemon pepper, as long as it's real lemon, not fake lemon. It's great. Lemon pepper. I mean, lemon is a citric acid, of course. There's some health benefits in fresh, real lemon, and pepper, black pepper, is also a nutrient and can give you some health benefits too. So good on you for spraying lemon and pepper over everything. I haven't heard that one before, but you know what? If it works for you with the lemon pepper, and of course I'm talking to JEB, I don't know how many eights there are. There are a lot of eights there, but if you find it works for you, then and you're doing something completely natural, there could be some health benefits to it. So our probiotics, these are the bacterial strain that is there to give us good health. We can influence what happens in our gut. It's not a cross your fingers and hope for the best type of scenario. In fact, we absolutely have control over the types of bacterial strains that call us home. And you want to make sure that they're your good guys, don't you? You don't want them to be all negative and causing you ill health. You want them to be really, really good for you. So some of the ways that you can improve the bacterial strains that call you home is, of course, to focus in on eating foods that are high in probiotics. But for some people, they're like, but I just take a capsule, right? Does anyone here be honest, whether you're coming to us from the blue or the red app or the black app, which I'm just looking at on my phone down here, who here takes a probiotic capsule? Who here takes a probiotic capsule every day? And if you wouldn't mind letting us know in the chat, let us know in the chat, do you take a probiotic capsule and why? And look, I'm not gonna jump on anyone for any reason. I'm just curious to know who takes a probiotic capsule and why. Does anyone take a probiotic capsule? Okay, I'll give you my experience. I used to take probiotic capsules because I realized that I had really poor gut health because I just felt miserable whenever I ate. Like my gut was just messed up. It was either slow or it was too fast. It was either gurgling or making sounds, or I was bloated, or I was just always feeling really, really negative or really uncomfortable in that area. So I started taking a probiotic capsule. And unfortunately, that probiotic capsule made me feel worse. It made me feel worse. So does Sandra's saying every now and then. Thank you for your honesty, Sandra. Sandra is saying every now and then she takes a probiotic capsule. So here's the thing about probiotics. Remember that a probiotic is a strain of bacteria, right? That's really important to remember. And depending on what's inside your gut, you'll have certain strains of bacteria. Some of those strains will be beneficial for you. They'll be necessary for your overall health. And there'll be other strains of bacteria in there that are potentially not so great. Right? And for me personally, when I started taking a probiotic capsule, there were strains in there that may have been okay for other people's guts. They definitely did not suit me. In fact, they made me feel even more bloated and even more uncomfortable because I was having certain strains that my body was literally rejecting. So probiotic capsules, I mean, I'm not against them. But what I would say is please don't take them willy-nilly. In other words, don't go, oh, I saw it on TV, I saw it on Facebook, I saw it on YouTube, so now I'm going to go and have this probiotic capsule because everyone else is taking it. Because you're just not fully aware of what the strains are inside of there. If you have been recommended from your doctor or your healthcare professional to take a particular strain, so it's a very targeted strain of bacteria, go for it. Absolutely. But if you've just decided because you've seen other people do it or you've read it somewhere that you might take a capsule, it could actually be doing your body some disservice. I'm not saying it would, but it could. And in my cases, and I've had this conversation with other people as well who have come to me for nutritional counseling or nutritional advice. I've had conversations with other people too, that just the consumption of a probiotic capsule does not mean it's good for your body and what's happening in your gut at any one time. So is the capsule the best option? Here's the thing. If it's targeted towards something in your body because you've been checked, you've had tests done, and you've had a doctor or a healthcare professional say to you, you lack this strain of bacteria, you need to build it up. Then I would say, go for it, right? Then I would say, fantastic. It's been identified and it's been targeted. Now you go ahead and have that capsule. But if you're just sort of taking it willy-nilly, I'll take it every now and then, not all the time, and I don't really remember it. Is it actually doing any work? Chances are no, because your bacteria needs consistency in order for it to evolve. If you take one probiotic capsule and then you're off, you forget about taking it for another 4 or 5 days, those that bacterial strain that was in that capsule has not had time to really get in there and get involved in your gut. It just hasn't had enough overall time. So you're not going to get that full benefit from that capsule if you're just taking it every now and again. Consistency, like most things in life, is really important. It's the same, consider it like this. If you just go to the gym 1 day a month, what do you think that's going to do? Probably not a lot, right? If you just drink water, like a really good amount of water 1 day a week, probably not going to have the effect that you hope it to. If for the other 6 days of the week you're drinking beverages that are less than ideal for you, it's not going to have that effect. When it comes to your health, your fitness, your weight, your lifestyle, consistency matters. And it's the same with probiotics. It needs time. Your body needs time to build up the strain. So taking a probiotic capsule can be very convenient, especially if it's a focused strain of bacteria that you're taking. But not doing it regularly can be just really expensive capsules that you're taking. And a lot of these probiotic capsules, especially the good ones, you ideally want to buy one that is refrigerated, because then the microorganisms, the bacteria inside of those capsules are actually living organisms. it's not essential, but it's definitely a slightly improved strain or style of getting those probiotics inside of you. Because remember, the bacteria that live inside of you are living organisms. They are alive. Like they do have, a, a, a life inside of them, that they are not just static bits of bacteria, viruses, they all live, right? So you want to make sure that you're getting a live organism. So is there a better option? And this is what brought me to this conversation today, is I was thinking about better options. Because if there's one thing I like as a nutritionist and as a chef, well, I like food because I'm a chef, obviously. Love food. Think about food all the time, actually. And hence why I woke up thinking about food and thinking about probiotic foods and how I can get more bang for my buck. I'm definitely all about us being able to not just consume something or take something, but does that thing that we're consuming or taking actually have like a function? And when we look at certain foods, these are known as functional foods. And it's the functional foods that really get me excited because, yes, they're delicious. And you can add them to all manner of things that you're consuming. But the thing I really love about functional foods is they have more purpose than just putting food into your body. They have a health benefit and a function. And there are certain probiotic foods that are really high in probiotics that have the most amazing functions. So here's where the rubber hits the road when it comes to what is the best probiotic you can take and why. So the best probiotic that you can take and why, better than any capsule that I've seen on the market so far, definitely cheaper, definitely tastier, because capsules are just a capsule. What I'm actually talking about is, are you ready? Drum roll, please. Kimchi. Now, kimchi is the best probiotic food if you're really looking to manipulate the bacteria that live inside of your gut. Then kimchi, which is the fermented cabbage, which is a traditional food of Korea. The kimchi is got so many probiotics in it compared with a normal old capsule. So in a really good kimchi, whether it's homemade, ideally, they tend to be a little bit better, but not necessarily. There's some really good commercially produced kimchis on the market. But when you've got a homemade kimchi, I'll say homemade because I have been known to make my own. I also buy, because when I'm time poor, I will also buy a good kimchi as well. But when I make kimchi and it's homemade and it's been fermented, like it's my choice, right? I decide that it's going to be fermented for a week or two before I eat it. So it's known as a long ferment as opposed to a 2 or 3 day ferment. What you're getting is the most amazing bacterial diversity. And it's one of the things that those probiotic capsules just can't offer you because they're very targeted. They have certain targeted bacterial strains depending on the capsule that you're taking. And I said, that's great if you need that particular strain, but if you're really wanting to be more diverse in the gut bacteria, and diversity is the key to a really healthy gut, is you want to be consuming something that has a very diverse range of bacterial strains, and you're going to get that in kimchi in absolute abundance. So one of the most amazing things is that kimchi has all of these different diverse, microbial diverse, ranges of bacteria inside of them, which is going to make sure it promotes a diverse gut microbiome, and that is the key to health. But the other thing that kimchi has compared with the what capsules don't is that kimchi also has fiber. These capsules, they don't contain fiber. You're just getting the bacterial strain, the targeted bacterial strain. But if you want that overall bang for your buck, and that's what I like, bang for your buck, I'm also getting fiber when I'm eating my kimchi. And it tastes pretty good too. My favorite way to have kimchi, by the way, my favorite way is I will either put it like into an omelet. I love a kimchi omelet. I've been known to put it through scrambled eggs. Yeah, I do like a bit of eggs with my kimchi. But my absolute favorite way to have kimchi is just to make it into like a condiment, because it already is a condiment, right? But I mix it through coconut yogurt and I just have it as a condiment on the side of whatever it is I'm eating, whether it be, you know, a salad or some vegetables or a stir fry or a roast dinner or whatever it is. I have kimchi on the side. So we've got fiber in kimchi, which we don't find in our capsules. We have an amazing microbial diversity. So you've got a lot more diverse strains of bacteria in your kimchi than you do in a capsule. You also have these additional benefits, like kimchi is anti-inflammatory, which I love, because we all want to get rid of that that inflammation that we might be holding on to in all parts of our body. Kimchi is also high in antioxidants. So because it's got all these diverse ingredients in kimchi, it's not just fermented cabbage, which sauerkraut is just basically cabbage and salt. And don't get me wrong, I love a bit of sauerkraut, but if we're going bang for buck and what is the best probiotic, I have to say it's kimchi. And it's because all the research that I've looked at is that these bacterial strains are more diverse. There is fiber, there is anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties thanks to the other ingredients that go inside kimchi. You'll often find things like chili, yay, if you like a bit of spice, and garlic as well. You'll often find garlic. In fact, kimchi can be made with so many diverse ingredients, as can sauerkraut. But there's something in kimchi that just kind of takes it over the edge slightly when it comes to the microbial diversity and the bacterial strains involved. So we've got bacteria diverse. We've got additional benefits. We've also got fiber. We've got nutrients in kimchi, whereas probiotic capsules just have the probiotic strain. They don't come with nutrients, those really rich vitamins like vitamin A and vitamin C and vitamin K. You've got all these minerals in there as well, which you just don't get in a probiotic capsule. You just get the strain of bacteria. You've got all these bioactive compounds that are there thanks to the other ingredients like the garlic and the ginger and the chili peppers and all that sort of stuff. So you're getting nutrients, you're getting microbe diversity, you're getting additional benefits, which is amazing. But here is really the kicker when it comes to kimchi. And why kimchi, in my humble opinion, and because I've looked at the science, it's not just my opinion, I have looked at the science too, is that kimchi has the highest amount of CFUs. Now, what is a CFU? A CFU is a colony-forming unit. So that's how we kind of count how many probiotics, how much of that healthy bacteria is going inside of the capsule or inside of what it is you're consuming. We rate it, or it's measured by CFUs, or colony-forming units. And the beautiful thing about a nice homemade fermented kimchi is it can have anywhere from 400 billion CFUs and a couple tablespoons of kimchi, up to 1 to 4 trillion CFUs and a couple of tablespoons of kimchi. Now, the average probiotic capsule, you might be getting anything from 25 billion, 60 billion if you're lucky, of that particular strain. But in kimchi, your bottom starting line is around about 400 billion, just under half a trillion, half a trillion, just under that. I'm basing this on the science that I looked at. It talked about how many CFUs you'll find in a gram of kimchi. And in a gram of kimchi, you're looking at anything around about 10 billion CFUs in a gram of kimchi. Remember that 10 billion. Remember that that when it comes to your capsule, you're getting about, on average, 25 billion. So in 1 gram, and that's like, it's just weighs a bit more than a piece of hair. Like 1 gram is not much, right? Okay, maybe a bit more than a piece of hair, but 1 gram is not much. The average person doesn't eat 1 gram of kimchi. It's just like lick your finger and you've got, 10 billion. Literally, that's what a gram is. The average person, and this is what I recommend for all our boost campers, is the average person, daily, you're having a couple of tablespoons of kimchi. So then we take that 10 billion and we times it by 40, which is on average what you're getting the weight of 2 tablespoons of kimchi at anything from starting place for a pretty good average kimchi is under 500 billion. But if you've got a really good, well fermented kimchi, you're looking at anything up to 1 to 4 trillion CFUs and 2 tablespoons of kimchi. You just will not ever be able to find that. Ever in a capsule. Capsules can't do that. And not only that, you get to eat it. You get to enjoy it. You get to mix it through food. You get to experiment with all the weird and wonderful ways that you can incorporate kimchi into your diet. Like for some people, they're not keen on the spice. So you can actually buy it's almost like a white kimchi. So it's not as spicy. But if you're not keen on the spice, like I said, what I like to do is I mix it. Sometimes I mix it through coconut yogurt. I don't mind the spice. I really don't. Like there's definitely kimchi's definitely got a bit of a funk to it. You know, it's that fermented quality that makes it a bit funky, and it can take a little while to get used to. Shirley Young's just asking me if I have a recipe. Yes, I do, Shirley, have a recipe for kimchi. It's in my green book. I think it's in the green book, More from Bridget's Healthy Kitchen, which is available via my store, bridgets.shop, www.bridgets.shop. You can get it there. The green book, I think, as a PDF. I no longer have any hard copies of the green book, More from Bridget's Healthy Kitchen. It sold out like last year, like the year before last, actually. It's been sold out for a while, but I do have the PDF version. So it's in my book. It is also in the Pickle Pantry ebook, which is included in every boost camp. So if you are a boost camper and you have joined us on boost camp, you also get my Pickle Pantry ebook as a free gift. And it's definitely in there as well. So yeah, kimchi, amazing. You can make it homemade. It is incredible. You can tone it down, put it with things. Don't think you have to sit there and eat it on its own, especially if you're new to something like fermented cabbage. You can mix it through things just to kind of play that flavor down a little bit as you get used to it. But there's a really cool trend on TikTok. Hey, TikTok, hello to the chat too. There's a really cool trend on TikTok where there's like a couple of different channels and pages where parents are feeding in Korea. They start feeding their kids kimchi from like when they're still toddlers, like they're less than 1 year old. They start getting onto the kimchi trend, and there's this really cool TikTok trend where mums feeding them, or mums or dads or grandma's feeding kimchi to the baby for the first time to get the baby's reaction. Like it's really cute to see, but it just shows, that there is this understanding of just how beneficial, and we're talking about a traditional heritage food that has been around for centuries and centuries. They've been fermenting cabbage and creating the most amazing probiotic quality from it. It's so fun to see. And that's the thing, if a baby can eat kimchi, so can you. So it's like, what are you worrying about? And if you think about like just the amazing benefits of kimchi, and like the benefits are incredible, and the bang for your buck that you're getting, and your ability to transform different recipes just by changing or adding this one incredible recipe is pretty amazing. Now, don't forget, we are on day 1 of week 2 of our current 28-day boost camp. If you want to join us on boost camp, it's not too late. We learn about all the stuff. We understand probiotics. We understand prebiotics. We talk about gut health. We talk about blood sugar management. We talk about things that are anti-inflammatory versus pro-inflammatory. We discuss the types of foods we should be consuming more, and how we can actively, stay away from the foods that are actually doing us harm. So boost camp is much more than a meal plan. It's much more than recipes. It's about a community that get together every single day and celebrate our highs and our lows, our goods and our not so goods. And we have a great time doing it, and we get healthy at the same time. So I am going to go off and say hi to the community now. Thank you guys, community, for staying around. I hope you guys have a fabulous day today, and I hope you've learned something about kimchi and you are now inspired to either go out and buy some. Just make sure it's got no high fructose corn syrup, and no, it doesn't need sugar either. Kimchi should only have like 6 or 7 ingredients, and none of them are sugar, and it's naturally gluten and grain free, and it's just basically vegetables, spices, and sometimes anchovies or a fish in there. You can get fishy free ones if you want to, if you look around, but chances are it's probably best that you just make your own. So hope you guys have a great day today. It has been a pleasure. I will see you guys all probably tomorrow for more interesting facts and tips and tricks and stuff to do with our bodies. So until then, have a fantastic day, everyone. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye to TikTok. Bye-bye. And bye-bye to you guys as well. Have a great day. Bye.